Hello guys and welcome once again to the ESL One Mumbai India Qualifiers, where we are watching Signify coming soon in the first match of the day in an exciting best of 3 that's gone down to the last match. Whoever wins this game will win this matchup, will advance to the second round, or to the next round. We have seen some great Dota coming from both teams, coming soon, winning the first match like 40 minutes in with a good 5-man teamfight lineup. Signify snowballing like crazy with a bounty hunter in that second game, winning 25 minutes in, and we are now here in this third game, seeing what awaits us next. My name is D Swordfish, I'll be your caster for today, and joining you today will be Wingblade Dota.
I love how coming soon just first bans the bounty hunter, clearly respecting Signify, but like, we don't want to deal with this stuff again.
Yep, the bounty hunter is...
Understandably so.
It was a good counter to Lifestealer, and they combined it nicely with the Phantom Assassin. But what do you think, though? PA second pick now for Signify.
I feel like they just really like it against the Lifestealer, and I can't blame them. We said last game that Lifestealer can be pretty good against PA, but I think it's honestly like a 50-50 matchup. It really depends on the supporting heroes as well as the amount of farm on both heroes. Because a Lifestealer with no farm, like last game, literally cannot touch a PA. But if a Lifestealer gets like a Shivas and a Manta and those kind of items, PA cannot touch Lifestealer. So it goes both ways. We see the Kunkka coming out. This is rather early. Usually you pick Kunkka to counter a certain mid hero, and you wanna pick it like last maybe. But it seems like they just really like it here. And I do kind of like it against Lifestealer, because Lifestealer wants to kill heroes in the duration of his rage. And if they're both buffed, there is no way that's happening. And it's similar with Doom. Like if someone is doomed, but they're also both buffed, the Doom doesn't really deal much damage, and you can pretty safely disengage. Then we see the slider. This is just a classic combination with the PA. Any hero is going to melt if they're amplified.
He's also a fantastic hero against Lifestealer in lane. Sorry, I got cut off there a bit. So you secure that. The bash is really good because you stop. Essentially, rage TP is not a thing this game, right? Like unless Slardar messes up with his bashes, you can't really rage TP safely. So Signify actually is really. I enjoy the lineup this time quite a lot. I think they have a good combination of pick off potential and team fight. And also, the bans they had actually planned for this Kunkka pick, right? They already banned the Pugna, now they have the option to ban the Huskar if you're really concerned about being counter-picked. And you really only have the Monkey King left if coming soon wants to do this, wants to really counter you.
Yeah. I was just thinking, it could be a position for Kunkka, actually. Because they picked it rather early, and it has a tendency to get countered if you pick it like this. But if they just pick a flexible hero right now that can go either mid or support, they can just swap it around depending on the matchup.
What hero would you want to see here then, that you could go mid or support?
That is a good question.
Because obviously the first thing that comes to mind to me would be something like a Pugna, but like he's been banned, right? Rubik is not particularly you want to play here. Lion mid, is that?
I don't think that's much.
No, I'm being sarcastic. Please don't. I don't think. Please don't pick the Lion, especially against a Lifestealer. He's not too ideal. Come in the mid game, or a Doom actually.
I think Lina would be a decent option. It has really long range, so it doesn't really care much about Lifestealer.
True, or Monkey King if that was the pick.
Sprout. Yeah, I guess Monkey King. I was gonna say it's not a great position for it, but then Jerax is playing it a lot, so maybe I'm mistaken.
It's true, yeah. I mean, OG seems to always favor that Monkey King no matter what, because they have two great Monkey King players. You also see a couple teams in other regions, like in South America, you have Matthew that plays Monkey King support almost exclusively, and he does get a lot of success with him. Not enough to qualify, sorry, but enough to win some games there. We'll see what Signify. I mean, they have a couple options. They could even run the Dazzle here, just because it's pretty decent against a couple heroes. Doom kind of screws you over though, but.
Dazzle, yeah, that's another option that can go support or mid. I was looking at the hero list, seeing which heroes can actually do that, and it's not that many, but Dazzle is certainly one of them.
Yeah, it's an interesting thing. Like, if I asked you this question 2 years ago, you'd be like, what are you saying? Are you insane? What can go support and mid? No hero can do that. And now, that's the new Dota, where you get Rubik's mid.
Nobody has ever done that.
In the history of this patch yet? We'll see. Signify, 20 seconds. I think they are also having this internal debate that we're having, like, what do you pick, guys? Like, we kind of want to trick them, but we're not really sure what their lanes are like.
We picked Kunkka. Come on, guys.
We had a plan here. Where was our coach? Oh, that's another hero, actually.
That's another one.
Wow, there's so many. Wow, Signify really teaching us about Dota. I think Lashrock's actually a really good pick. Fantastic against Lifestealer. Doom kind of screws you over, but if you actually pulse Nova in time, you still deal a lot of damage and you tank a lot, right?
Yeah, if you get your items up, it's gonna be a really good Lash game. If you don't, and Coming Soon manages to win the lanes, Lifestealer is just gonna run at you, and the Edict is not gonna stop him. Nothing is going to stop him. But if you do get the Chivas, maybe a BKB, Octarine, Lincolns, that kind of stuff, you can pretty much do anything.
OD is the pick mid. What do you run against
So
the
I
OD?
would much prefer seeing Lashrak support it,
Yep.
but they do decide to go for the Kunkka mid, which is very strange to me, because Lashrak is a hero that does fairly well in lane against OD, while Kunkka gets kind of messed up.
Yeah. Also, Kunkka gets a slight advantage against OD, right? If he does gank the mid lane, you can actually you have an own setup. If OD ever uses the Astro defensively, you punish it pretty hard.
Sure, but that's true for both Kunkka and Lesh.
Yeah, but obviously, Lesh can still get the Split Earth pretty often. It's not that hard as opposed to the Torrent. I would argue at least. I think the Lesh has an easier time getting the stun and be a traditional support. Kunkka position 4 stop being played, because what do you really do as the position 4? If you don't get kills, you're kind of screwed. Maybe that's why Signify decided to go for the Kunkka mid. They just don't trust the Kunkka support as much as we do.
To me, it just feels like Swifty is one of those really mechanically strong players.
He does seem
maybe
like it.
doesn't have as big of a hero pool. Like last game, we saw them pick an Ember into a really unfavorable matchup, but he still made it work. And I feel like that's the kind of player he is. Even if the matchup is not great, he's gonna try to make it work and probably be successful too.
Yeah, you're totally right. Swifty does seem like one of those players that you want to take advantage of, and maybe giving him a Leshrac wouldn't be the best of options. They might also really favor the Leshrac Crystal Maiden combo.
True. Strong setup into the stun. Also, Leshrac Slider is probably a stronger duo lane. I would have liked the Kunkka support, but when I look at the laning, it's not as good. Like, where do you lane position for Kunkka?
That's what I'm saying. Like, the position 4 Kunkka kind of got screwed with the roamer change. It's just the now being a full-on roamer, like used to, is just not that viable anymore. You need to be useful in lane, and Kunkka, similar to like how Mirana position 4 was played, he just doesn't offer anything in lane really, because you can't Tidebringer because the creeps will obviously push the lane. The Torrent is horrendous for harassment, even with a Crystal Maiden support helping you out. I think that's why they actually decided for that, partially as well. It's understandable that if you don't have a really good matchup for the Kunkka, you might not want to let him lane. Also, Leshrac plus Slardar is a pretty difficult lane to run against. They're both pretty strong laners, and the Slardar has the Bash, which can set up for a potential Split Earth, in addition to the Slithering Crush. And you have the mana from the Crystal Maiden, which allows you to just spam as many spells as you want as Leshrac, especially that Edict. Okay, gonna find in the bottom lane, zap the target. Nope, they don't attack anyone. And it seems like my co-caster died. There it is. Discord having a bit of issues today. Apologies, guys. Welcome back, Wingblade.
Thank you.
And we'll look at the lanes now. Who do you think the lanes favor this time?
Looks like the bot lane is going to be Coming Soon favored, because this Doom Grimstroke is just so strong. However, I do think the PA is going to be able to farm. As far as top lane is concerned, I feel like this slider Lash is so hard to beat, even with a lifestealer. And we see the Prophet getting beat down here. There's a crush in 1 second.
Yeah, and that's gonna be Dead Fly solo. Oh, Split Earth finishes him up. That's a good word for it. I never heard it called
even the lifestealer. Ooh, the block not quite coming out.
It's not common to.
Nice. What? Sorry, go ahead.
No, I was gonna say it's not common to go for that Slithering Crush level 1. It shows confidence in your killing potential. It's often that you go for Bash for harassment, but if you can get a kill, man, Slithering Crush is much better.
For sure. And normally, Nature's Prophet ensures that any hero paired with him is going to free farm. But because of this kill potential, Nature's Prophet actually has to play quite careful. Because one wrong move and he's gonna go down. Because he's reasonably tanky, but not tanky enough to survive Slaughter plus lane.
Yeah, and Slaughter is ridiculously tanky. I mean, he actually has 5 armor to start off. This time, though, a lot of damage going on his way. Now, Feast. 1 level of Feast is enough. He eats the wrong one. Okay, Killing Blade, finally. Not enough. And I think, actually, the first tank was eaten by Lifestealer, sorry. And then Slaughter catches them. Now it's Crowley who's fighting against 3. Nice body block, but in the end, he can't get a kill because the Split Earth is ready. And even has a free tango there from the Sprout.
Little bit sloppy to go down on the Slaughter.
Yep. A bit too aggressive.
Meanwhile, mid lane, it seems reasonably even for now. But the moment that Kunkka is going to struggle is when OD hits level 4. Because then he's gonna be able to get a ton of in.
Oh. Yep. Right now he's doing his best at denying, and usually it's your early game advantage against the OD. It's alright. But to actually win this lane as Kunkka, you would have to do an insane, impressive job with denying, which OD usually doesn't allow you to. He also has a lot of techniques to stop you from doing your things early on, which is unfortunate. In the bottom lane, we are seeing also a very even lane. Blizzard now in trouble, though, as they continue to harass him. Are they going to actually push this forward? Yeah. And they have that Inkswell with a full stun. They need another level of that Infernal Blade. That cooldown is way too high at level 1. Not good enough to get the kill. Oh, never mind. Zap just sniped him. Literally, zap.
Very well played by him. No hesitation, just went for it and got it. I always like to see players not fake skill shots and just instantly go for it. Because the longer you wait, the more time you give to the enemy to respond and anticipate your move.
It's the confidence, right? Like you say, the no hesitation. It really does. I mean, it's level 1 Stroke of Fate, though. What I'm more impressed by is the fact that it deals so much damage to a PA. Like, he was at 100 HP, more or less, 120, and just destroyed him. There's Zap going down, I think. Inkswell might help him out, though, Blizzard. Yeah, preventing the stun, really good. Crystal Nova gets vision. One last Stifling Dagger, one last Stifling Dagger. They don't even waste that mana. He's not even worth that mana.
He was in a pretty dangerous position right there. Like, when you play Grimstroke in this lane, the only way you die is if you're too far forward. Because Doom is not gonna die, so you can just sit behind him. Meanwhile, top Lifestealer not getting off the Rage. He doesn't even have Rage.
Oh, I guess he's up against a Slaughter, so he's like, why do I need Rage? He's gonna stun me anyway. Can they catch him? Slithering Crush? They were so close to killing him just with the Diabolic Edict anyway. But he managed to make it out alive. Is this the build, by the way? Do you think this is the right build? No Rage left?
I am really not a fan of the second point in open wounds. I can understand one, I can understand wanting to max feast, but I would certainly want 1 point in Rage to be able to dodge the splitter, because we saw how low he got. That could have gone south fast.
I agree. I think the Rage is very, very important. I mean, it's not like he would have been able to get it off in that engagement anyway, but, well, Fly Solo, now in trouble, stuck in the Sprout. He didn't mean to spread himself in with a Slaughter, and this Shark is going to bite down. Nature's Prophet. As Crowley gets away, no problem. He has Diabolic Edict level 2, so it's a really dangerous spell to actually chase after. And they even get free bounties out of this. But in the bottom lane, Doom manages to secure his as well.
So far, Kunkka is actually exactly even with OD, which is really impressive to me, because it's not an easy matchup to play.
No, not at all.
Interesting to see that Moon actually went for 2 points in Equilibrium early, instead of the classic 1-3.
Oh, wait, Divine?
Emphasized
Sorry, go on. You got cut off for a second. You're saying 3 points in equilibrium early instead of... No, he got cut off again.
Build.
I'm just watching the mid lane here for a bit as we reconnect back into the server. Sorry, Wingblade. Seems like you were cutting off there. Could you repeat your points? What you're saying about the equilibrium in LD?
He went for the 1-2-2 build, 2 points in equilibrium instead of the classic 3 points in Astral, and just 1 point in equilibrium. The range is slightly worse on Astral, but it's gonna make it easier for you to spam your Q a bit more.
Oh, Moon. They actually do get him with a ghost shot despite that. Whoa, what? The split earth. Crowley misses it, but Moon might die anyway. Yeah, the Tidebringer flinches him off. Now Fly Solo fighting against Amagi. Not the best choice here. Fly Solo has no creeps around you. Crowley actually runs away, and he almost makes it out alive. The treats might just get vision on him. He has 4 HP. Crowley is so fast. 379 movement speed, and this Disco Goat will make it home alive. There's no teleportation either, and it's just profit, so you just have to let him go. Crowley. Wow.
They're both doing so much work right there.
Yeah. Both with the movement speed and the damage delay. Yeah.
Very nice torrent by Swifty as well. That's what set up the kill. Anticipating where the OD was gonna go. I mean, he does have a ward, so it's slightly less impressive, but still. He
also got a very good ghost ship earlier, right? Like he forced the ghost ship was so far back that actually caught him despite the astral. So he predicted that as well. It was a well played by Swifty. Oh, we're gonna go for Negi here in the bottom lane though. Negi might not be so lucky. There's 3 heroes closing in on him and he's just the Crystal Maiden. Blizzard wants to fight off the enemy team with the help of Swifty as well. Here comes the ghost ship and RR is gonna learn the meaning of pain as they finish him off. Swifty happy with his kill. Crowley also looking for Zap here. Have a split earth ready. Blizzard blinks towards him. Zap the target. Can they get the split earth off? Stifling dagger to set this up. They miss it. Torrent misses as well, and Zap, the god of evasion. This guy does, a butterfly? No, he's just too good. I'm gonna catch Lifestealer here.
In trouble here.
They have a bash next hit. Decides against it.
Like once again, they don't really have an answer for no chance. Lifestealer can't really be in this lane anymore.
No, it's a very difficult lane once Slaughter gets enough points in his bash, and he has amplified damage now, like I mentioned. So the difficulty as well is that if you run away with rage, hoping to like recover in the jungle or whatever, something Lifestealer typically does, you get hit by amplified damage on your way out, and they can just gank you if the supports are nearby. So it's actually quite a difficult lane to be in, and try to take advantage of. And he's not close to his Midas either.
Yeah, and OD is going from Midas 2 and also quite far away. They have a pretty strong fighting lineup, but they're going for 2 Midases this game. Actually, 3 Midases, they also have it on the Doom. So I guess
we're back to the meta.
They are confident that they can hold on until they hit their timings, which is potentially risky against the lineup with a Slider and a P.
What do you think?
This plays confidence. I like it.
Yeah, you like their confidence. Do you admire it? Do you think it's the right play though to go for the Midases, or more of a mid game?
I would have preferred OD to get maybe a Kaya or a Foystaff instead, because he's going to be the one that has to be strong in these mid game engagements, because they don't really have a great way of actually killing heroes. Because Lifestealer needs his Radiance to do that. And Doom is more of a supporting hero in a way that he just disables someone but has trouble really killing someone. That's going to be OD's job. And if he has a Midas, that's not so easy.
Okay, Zap. Yeah, Zap's the target. They dispel the silence on the Slardar. They hit him with a lightning storm and 1 hit bash. 1 hit
just
kill.
1 slap.
Yep. He only has 3 points in bash to the deep. Interestingly enough, actually gets another point in sprint. We see this sometimes with some Slaughter players favoring that mobility. According to them, if you have more mobility, you get more bash hits, so it's better off. But yep, Ghost Ship in the bottom lane, catching the Doom. No way he's getting out of here alive. The Crystal Main's actually TPing in. Do they actually need her? I don't think so. Doom is just going to be destroyed with that amplified damage plus the PA is just gone. Doom also doesn't have any armor.
That's a 1300 HP hero, just gone in seconds because of the amplified.
Well, it's the difficulty, right, of playing Like, if you play a high HP, low armor hero against a PA plus Slardar, you're just asking for trouble. Like, they just have so much HP to just cut through and kill.
All of this does buy some space for Lifestealer and OD to finish their Midases.
Especially Lifestealer, who really desperately needs this. Especially if he's going... Do you think it's a Radiance build this game again? Yeah. No?
I mean, it has to be. Yeah. He can get an armlet too, but I feel like he's gonna fall behind in that.
Yeah, so if you go for the Radiance build, like, you need that Midas now, man. It's 11 minutes in, you still don't have it, your lane clearly now go well, and Slardar is actually a really big force to be reckoned with. You can't ignore this hero either in the mid game. He does a lot of damage and offers his own initiation, in addition to lots of stuns. Swifty.
He has the Vlads, he has the PTs.
Yeah. He's going for Blink.
Going for a Blink, and he's gonna have it soon.
Yep. That Vlad's, I love the Vlad's early pickup on Slardar, really benefits him, and it allows you to push him more. And the bottom lane, they're going to find an MP. That's true. Fly solo. Oh, nice! He actually tried to trick him. I mean, it didn't work, but it was a good try. So, what can you do as a Nature's Prophet support? You don't really have many options. Lifestealer in the mid lane tries to cancel this tower from, or deny this tower, but no chance is not afraid of this Lifestealer. He's faced him in lane, he knows what he's up to. He's perfectly fine. Oh!
So this is what I'm quite worried about. They're gonna have 3 Midases now, which is nice, but there is a Blink coming up on Slardar. Well,
yeah,
going down again.
That was a very questionable play. TP there for the road, I believe. Yeah. I mean, you get a haste route and you take it away from the enemy team, fine, but you just gave up your Nature's Prophet for nothing. And here in the trees, okay, no chance. So they amplify damage. They want to try to kill RR. Freezing Field comes in, a lot of armor. They can cancel with the silence. With a torrent now stopping RR again. They just want to get the final hit. They can't. No Tidebringer anymore. RR barely survives. Expert's Paw will bring him back. Yeah, with a Slithering Crush to finish him off. As Zap also destroying the backlines. Not really batting an eye. Here's Mr. Qualifier trying to hit Divine, but Divine dealing a lot of damage to this PA. And no chance. Forced back into the hammer as a Moon kills him off with a ultimate. The rest of Signify backs off, acknowledging the power of this OD. Very good.
Like Signify is fine with that. They forced out the Doom as well as the Sanity's Eclipse, so they used 2 major cooldowns and they killed a Slardar and a CM. Meanwhile, Signify did not commit anything aside from the Freezing Field, which is pretty much irrelevant.
It's true. But on the other hand, Kamiyasu was pretty happy they got that small engagement, right? Lifestealer survives that whole thing, gets a lot of experience and gold. You do commit a couple ultimates here, but it's just about playing a bit defensively with the Midases.
I guess so.
Oh.
If you have 3 Midases and you manage to take an even fight, I don't think you are too disappointed either.
That's a very good point. You managed to take an even fight, like you just got... How did that even happen? Zap. They don't have the X, so they can't quite kill... Oh, they have a Frostbite. Never mind. Goodbye, Zap. It's a double kill here in the bottom lane. Very good setup there by Swifty. And this is the problem playing out against Kunkka. You evade the X, you're like, oh yeah, I got away. Oh, wait, no, he's going to set up the torrent and a ghost ship again. Because of a... Yeah, exactly. Is Chipoted? It's a good Kunkka. This is what differentiates a good Kunkka from a bad Kunkka. A bad Kunkka will always torrent. No matter what he does, he doesn't care. He just wants to X marks the spot torrent, use his combo. A good Kunkka will wait until the right moment. And Crowley's actually being a bit of a creeper here. Hoping to catch up someone by surprise. He does have an Invis rune. A bit difficult though on a Leshrac. Split Earth is not the easiest thing to initiate with. Okay. Moon is just playing as defensively as possible, so they decide, screw it. I'm gonna go to the bottom lane, catch the Doom instead. RR's gone, and Zap, a freebie. With that...
I love that smoke play. They were in such a weird position. There is no way you see that coming. No matter how seasoned you are, how good you are as a team, you don't think they are between your tier 2 towers at that moment.
And deciding between going mid or going to the bottom lane, you know? They picked the right choice as well. It was a good smoke.
Opens up Roche, and it's gonna drop so fast. There is an Edict, a PA, a Slide-Eye.
Yep.
This is gonna take like 15 seconds at most.
And with this Roshan, you get the Battle Fury MPA, more or less, which is huge. I mean, you get a pretty good timing for Battle Fury in addition to having a lot of impact early.
I think you're still gonna be like 600 gold away.
Oh, never mind. I thought he was gonna get the last hit and get the huge burst in gold, but no, never mind. I was way too confident. I'm sorry. I was excited for the PA Battle Fury. Though. Yeah. Look at the Kunkka, by the way. I would like to look at his build. I actually love this idea of Spirit Vessel. You're up against a Lifestealer and a Doom. Take away their healing.
He did it on the Ember as well. He just recognizes that if he's active as a mid player, getting a Spirit Vessel is a really strong item. Gives tankiness, movement speed, and also pretty decent chunk of damage or healing.
Yep. Zap, killed off. And
I think this is a fine play for Zap.
Does he create space for his team?
Recognizing that pushing lanes and creating space for his coys is fine. Like, you have 3 Midases, sacrifices have to be made, and if they go on you, they're not killing your team. This is pretty much the definition of tactical feeding. Yeah. Because he's gonna be up before this push even arrives.
We're gonna have here Divine though, which I'm interested in. He actually decided to go for Armlet as opposed to the Radiance. I see the idea, which is I need to have an impact now or else we'll lose the game. But then you don't go for Midas, right? Doom on the Kunkka. They might be able to get this engagement again. Oh, beautiful Southern Crush to see. Now Freezing Field as well. They gotta stop it, but she has so much armor. Tanking the Lifestealer's hits. He's barely hitting this Crystal Maiden. And she gets a full Freezing Field off. Now with a stun. The front span wall. She even survives Negi. Just took away the attention from Lifestealer. Unfortunately, though, no chance. They not deal enough damage, and he got killed off in the backlines, and there was no PA to be seen. But we now saw the power of that 20 armor Freezing Field. Definitely not easy to kill her off.
That armor is absolutely silly for a level 1 ability. 20 armor? That's insane.
Yeah, I know. It's crazy. When he first gave her 10 armor, it's already a lot, and then he's like, whatever. We already gave her 10 armor, might as well give her 20. Just buff it, double it next patch.
I'm worried about next patch then.
What, 40 armor?
Yeah, 40 armor, 1 KS.
Crystal Maiden playing offlaner from now on. You're Freezing Field and you're the tankiest hero in the game. I mean, ironically as well, it's really strong against Lifestealer, right? Because he wants high HP, low armor, and he gets quite the opposite with Crystal Maiden.
Yep.
And the lack of stuns here is preoccupying. What this does, actually, is it forces you, if you don't have an area stun, which they don't, it forces you to use one of your valuable single target stuns on a stupid Crystal Maiden. Like, you don't want to do that.
I really hope the Lifestealer changes his mind and still goes for a Radiance.
He's going for
he already has some decent fighting power now. If he also goes for an SNY, his farming is gonna slow down to a crawl.
Yep. You're right. And he's gonna be very vulnerable to this PA. Not really a way to deal with it. You're gonna essentially be forced to get MKB to actually deal with her, or else you don't deal damage. Yeah, I'm not the biggest fan of this Lifestealer, I agree. It's weird. I mean, I understand the choice that he's supposed to be the sacrificial carry per se, letting the OD do the greedy build, I guess. Hoping the ODs are like it.
I emphasize it a lot, but this to me feels like playing not to lose instead of playing to win.
Oh, goodbye OD.
Just gets deleted.
That's a very good point, actually. So it's the idea that you can either go full on with your strategy and hope that you can defend long enough, or alternatively do this kind of halfway there strat, where you're not really sure, like you're trying not to lose, but you're not really going to win late game anymore because of the build you went for. So when do you win?
Exactly, like you have 3 Midases, but if you have this kind of build on Lifestealer, you're still not going to win late.
Yep, Zap in trouble. Blizzard just disintegrates him as Aegis, so he can just fight this till the end. Divide, gonna get hit by the boat. No, the rage lasts long enough. Blizzard instead wants to go for the easier target on RR. He gets X marks back with the amplified damage. They guarantee the skill. The snowballing is ready, and Signify is playing this to perfection. Really, really well played with the Slaughter and the PA.
They have been really good about this momentum game. Last match as well as this match.
They know how to play with the momentum. I mean, Signify was the favorite coming into these qualifiers, right? So even the first win was kind of a surprise to a lot of Indian Dota fans. I mean, Coming Soon played it well, but Signify was definitely hoping like to just cruise through like this, and they know how to play these snowball lineups effectively. I think they're drafting as well, since the first game has been a bit more solid, because they're going for a plan that they're much more comfortable with. And that's really important when you don't have the utmost versatility. Okay, the PA is just comes back, kills the creep wave, decides to keep attacking the tower. There's the... Okay, that's a really good double doom. Actually, getting the Kunkka and the PA, probably the ideal setup for your initiation. They can't really defend this. They're going to lose the PA Aegis, definitely the Kunkka as well. Lifestealer just chasing after him. He's going to go down. PA comes back in. Oh, sorry, it's Crystal Maiden actually stays with the PA, and I think she lost her Aegis before she died. I'm sorry.
Yep. It went in the moment the Aegis expired. That had to be timed. Very well done.
Yep. With a perfect initiation with a double doom. So...
Yep. Even when you're behind, you cannot discount the double doom.
No, it's
and on top of that, they also had the double open wounds, which meant that neither of them could run away, like what happened before.
Mm-hmm. It's a very scary initiation. You definitely can't underestimate coming soon's potential late game, right?
Yep, and OD actually skills really well in this game. Because both Kunkka as well as PA are really low intelligence coys. So once he gets like a Shivas as well as his level 20 talent, he's gonna be able to deal like 1200 damage with his Sanity's Eclipse. Especially against PA, that's gonna be extremely lethal.
Due to the nature of the stuns as well by Signify, OD, like he can go for the BKB early, and that's a good idea to dominate. But the Hurricane Pike also evades a lot of the pressure they can put onto you. Being a ranged hero this game particularly benefits. BKB later on against the Kunkka is great. And the PA is also here that's forced to go for a BKB early, right? That's another point. If you go for a BKB that early, 5 seconds, you'll eventually get in the late, and OD benefits a lot from that. He can just wait out your BKB and kill you after.
I'm still worried though, because right now there is no Doom, and Signify has 40 seconds to make this push happen. Like they still have a really snowbally lineup.
And really good push.
No buyback on OD. There is a buyback on Lifestealer though.
Okay, there's an attempt, there's an infest on the Doom. I don't know if he wants to go for a bomb. He does have a Blink Dagger. Not the best bombing hero, but if you get in between 5, nah, it's clever actually. Take the tier 3, don't be too greedy, take the shrines instead. Because Doom is going to be up soon, and if you went for the second push, they could have just counter-attacked you. However, it'd be nice if more than one person attacks the shrine, because this makes it very difficult for it to fall. Yeah, exactly. There you go, there you go.
Kind of an obvious smoke.
What, the smoke?
They're wrapping around. Maybe they can find someone here.
Yeah? Oh, yeah. That creep just disappeared. Nothing happened to that creep, I wonder. Oh, they still catch the PA! Open wounds! Can they kill her? I mean, the Doom is not the best target. They use the Soulbite a bit later. Doom is already dead. Ghost Shibase hits the Lifestealer as well. They drop the Heron, but it's not enough damage. Divine will go down here. It's only the OD fighting against 3. Swifty wants to catch off this enemy emitter, and he's gonna find him. X marks the spot. BKP's finally got. He moves back. TP's a bit too late, and we'll set up with a Slithering Crush here. Goodbye to OD.
Doom on PA is not that useful if she can just stand and fight, because the rest of your team is not close. They really need this double Doom, because now they killed PA, sure, but Kunkka just wreaked havoc. There was still a boat, so
yeah,
like she could man fight.
What I'm surprised is that boat actually hit the Lifestealer. You know, that's not something you expect to happen, really. Rage is pretty obvious to evade it. It's impressive they didn't keep that rage until the boat came by. And like you mentioned, Doom on PH is not that good, especially with the lifesteal that the Slaughter provides. You can just keep on hitting.
Yep, she has the Vlad, she has the boat buff, she has the talent for lifesteal.
Oh, it's true, yeah.
This PA Doom doesn't guarantee death for her at all.
Yep. I wouldn't even go, like, in a normal team fight, especially 5-on-5, if you're going to go for a pick-off, Doom on PA is good because you stop the Phantom Strike. But if a 5-on-5 engagement is really worth it, using it on her. If you have eggs.
If the boat comes out, you're gonna lose the fight.
Exactly. Sure. Doom on Kunkka is super good. You know, if you can get a double Doom, obviously great, but you need to Doom that Kunkka.
I reckon they just didn't see where the rest of the team was. Like, we saw obviously that the rest of the team was on the high ground, but maybe they were just trying to find a pick-off.
I will give some credit as well to Signify here, because if you notice, they actually, that was a huge mistake by the way to devour the creep here while it was smoked, and they saw that, they pinged it, and Blizzard was the guy leading it. Perhaps it was possible they were using him as the Doom bait per se, because they knew he could withstand the Doom, because he had Aegis anyway.
That could very well be true.
Sorry, not Aegis, because he just withstanded it completely. Anyway, because he just got Aegis now. That was a well played by Signify. A bit of a mistake there, and they also kept Fly Solo. They're trying to de-ward. They're not going to take away his sentry, even though they... Oh no, they barely kept. Unfortunate. But they keep the vision here, and now if anyone tries to de-ward it, Blizzard is just guarding, hoping for that easy kill.
I have an Aegis on PA, so they could try to siege. However, it's a bit more difficult since PA doesn't have a BKB yet.
And Doom is up now, so you're not... Doom and the Sanity's Eclipse is up. So... Not the easiest. I like that Signify is not playing this too offensively. Guaranteeing this Shrine is also very important. Taking away the Roshan buyback TP.
Prophet going for the meme belt with the meteor hammer on the tower from the trees.
Oh, he gets it as well. Meaning to the max. I think meteor hammer is pretty good actually, regardless of the tower pushing. You kind of need some catch.
But is it better than like a Vlads and a Crimson?
No, that's true. But could you get a Crimson? You know.
You could get a Vlads for sure.
That's true. Yeah. I don't know. I don't know if the catch here wouldn't be. It becomes a bit too late. Like if it was before the BKBs, I could imagine the meteor hammer being a bit stronger.
Yeah, I don't think you can get it off in fights at all. I think it's more of a split pushing thing. His thought process must be, I'm gonna die in team fights instantly, so buying team fight items isn't gonna do much for me. So I understand the media purchase section. If you don't have filthy amounts of money, Meteor Hammer is probably the best split push item you can buy.
Yeah, it helps you take a tier 1s as well, which is incredible, but there's only one tier 1 that's fallen until now, right? So he has the ability now to harass tier 1s a bit more, get a bit of extra gold for his team, which is desperately needed. And they're only 2k behind, you know. Like, that gold from the tier 1s will put you at level with the enemy team, and those minuses will start to pay off. Divine going for MKB next, and that's what we were mentioning before. If you go for this build, you have to build MKB to deal with the PA. He's already having trouble in the team fights to deal with him.
I wonder if it's gonna be enough though. I feel like even with an MKB, PA can easily man-fight this lifestealer.
Okay, freezing field in the bottom lane to guarantee the fly solo kill. He's trying to teleport. Can he do it in time? Wow, last second teleport, not enough rocks hitting his face, not enough split earths either. It was a bit late there, unfortunate.
Fly Solo is doing a good job creating some space.
He is, yeah, that meteor hammer is working out for them, but now comes the team fight and the push from Signify. Luckily they do have a good high ground defense with the Grimstroke. That stroke of hit is great for taking out the creeps.
For sure.
Makes it difficult to push out here, especially because PA is okay at farming, but not pushing, not troll level, you know, or clinks or whatever.
And at the same time, they're skipping waves, so if they kill this mid wave, backdoor protection will kick in 15 seconds. Is 15 seconds enough to save the Rex though? That's the question. And
with the Leshrac, man, he's been pulling its own way here with the Kaya as well as his first item, or no, third item. Sorry, Mr. Crowley. Could be in trouble here. Does he get the stun off? No, he forced out to safety. They might still catch him with the open wounds. He's the target for now, and he does go down. But, oh, they get a double doom as well. This time Slaughter PA. Both still available, though. And they'll stop the Slaughter for now. Astral Imprisonment, they'll miss everything thanks to a good Astral Imprisonment. And the Slaughter still tries to mind fight this Doom. Swifty can just hit 3 at once. They're trying to get a kill before the Doom expires. The Doom is finally gone, and this is their turn to actually fight here. They destroy the meteor hammer before it comes out. The Age is still on PA. Torrent misses. The extra on the spot will not bring back the Slaughter. Instead, they're going to go for the Rax again. They are missing Mr. Crownley, which means they don't have that extra help with the Balik Edict, but Blizzard does have a Desolator to him. Smoke from behind. Age is finally expired. Blizzard acknowledges this and moves back. He's afraid of flying this, okay. That Atos plus Astral Imprisonment, not the best combination. Now Torrent hitting the Owl Devourer. In comes no chance. Wants to kill Owl Devourer in time. They do it in time. No chance. Now facing 4. He can't do this. Freezing Field is on the mount. It's just not enough damage. No, Mr. No Chance will go down here, but Lifestealer might follow suit in his footsteps, and they also bring him down. Signify take a really important kill against the enemy carry, maybe forcing the die back here. We'll see. No agents on the PA anymore. In goes the Doom. Doom a bit cocky. Ghost ship. Oh, will it hit? Will it hit Divine? No, Ray just in time. He's learning, but Blizzard is falling through after him anyway, going for the Crimstroke kill instead, trying to use his BKB to maximum potential, and instead he just hits whatever is in front of him, killing off the Doom. Force Life to use Infest, almost killing him off, but the armor toggling actually saves him with the Crystal Main last hit, and now the Meteor Hammer actually completes, hitting Swifty. They're fighting the enemy fountain though. The GG has come out, and it seems that they just can't take anymore. Coming soon, give up on this game. Signify will take the win a second time, pretty swiftly, as they beat Coming Soon in a 2-1. Yeah, no, they beat Coming Soon in a 2-1. Not too many people surprised, but hey, Coming Soon still played this pretty well. Perhaps this match a bit too greedily with those 3 Midases and the odd builds they went for.
Yep, they had some signs of life, especially with the double Doom on Kunkka PA, but it's very unreliable, and if you don't get the Doom on Kunkka, you are not gonna win the fights. But it's so hard, because even if you do, they can just disengage, because they have Forest Staves, they have stuns, they have slows. Everything has to go right for Coming Soon for them to win a fight, and when it doesn't, well, we saw the results.
We'll see what happens in the next round. Signify will be fighting yet again for that permanence in these qualifiers. Before we go, let me just announce quickly what the next game is gonna be. Give me one quick second as I get the schedule back up. Okay, and we'll see here. The next game will be another best of 3, similar brackets. It's going to be between LXG Esports and ROG Titans, 2 pretty well-known teams in the Indian region. Perhaps not as famous as Signify, but they do carry more sponsorship brands with them. That's going to be the superior bracket final. That should be the second game. We're still going to see the guys are coming soon in the lower brackets, as we'll get to watch them one more time fight for that last position in these qualifiers. For now, the next game will be between LXG Esports and ROG Titans. We've been here in the ESL One Mumbai Indian Qualifiers. Be sure to follow the channel or whatever platform you're watching on. Subscribe, like, and if you feel free to follow our casters, D Swordfish, myself, and here Wingblade Dota, my beautiful analyst. We're going to be back with the second game of the day very shortly, so stay tuned, and until next time.